Things are really starting to heat up in the Ellen DeGeneres department. Chaos is ensuing, and Ellen is desperately trying to do all she can to hold her show together. She just fired, over the past weekend, 3 of her producers, and now we are finally getting some information about that. Plus, I have a very interesting plot twist in regards to the whole Ellen situation that we are going to be talking about in today's video as well. Before we get into that, if you guys haven't yet, please consider subscribing. I'd greatly appreciate that. This is going to get really spicy, so let's go ahead and jump into this. Several weeks after reports of bad stuff and bullying among her top staffers, the head writer for the Ellen DeGeneres show and 2 of the show's producers were fired on Monday. According to Variety, executive producers Ed Glavin and Kevin Lamont, as well as co-executive producer Jonathan Norman, were all fired from the show due to allegations of impropriety. The nasty kind. Executive producers Mary Connolly, Andy Lasner, and Derek Westervelt will remain. In late July, a BuzzFeed news article, BuzzFeed, nasty, claimed that several former employees witnessed head writer and executive producer Kevin Lamont propositioning or doing nasty, discussing things to lower level employees. One ex-employee said head writer and executive producer Kevin Lamont asked him if he could give him a job with his hand or perform mouthy sucky in a bathroom out at a company party in 2013. Another said they separately saw Lamont grab a production assistant's dingling. BuzzFeed reported in May 2017, another former employee also said she saw Lamont grope a production assistant in a car and kiss his neck. Okay, nearly a dozen former employees who range from long-time senior-level employees to production assistants said it was also common for Lamont to do other terrible things to them in the office, like pointing out male colleagues' bulges or asking them questions like, are you a top or a bottom? Okay, so apparently these are just some of the accusations towards Kevin Lamont. But this is the interesting plot twist here. So in a statement on Monday, the lawyer of Kevin Lamont said that Ellen DeGeneres fired an innocent man based on a faulty report. The fact that a deeply flawed BuzzFeed article that led to the termination of an innocent man, a popular figure and a creative force behind the Ellen show, and a string of other projects produced with Ellen is shocking, said Lamont attorney Michael Plonsker. Kevin is devastated by being scapegoated and is not yet ready to comment. So this is definitely a plot twist that I didn't really see coming. The fact that Kevin Lamont's lawyer is saying that he's an innocent man. And, I mean, that's a pretty bold statement, you know? So, I don't know. I don't really know where to go with this. I don't know what to really think about this. I thought that there was an investigation going, and I would think that that would have some impact on why Ellen would fire Kevin Lamont. But I just don't know. Who knows? So this is all very interesting. This is definitely a really chaotic new development to the whole Ellen DeGeneres situation. I mean, Ellen literally just fired like her most powerful executive producers and one of her writers. So this is a huge moment right here. She also fired what's his name? Ed Glavin, that's it. So she fired Ed Glavin as well, who, I mean, it sounds like that he's a pretty terrible guy as well. So that was something else that just happened as well. But this is some of the stuff that the employees were talking about. So another former employee also accused co-executive producer Jonathan Norman of grooming him over a period of time by taking him to concerts and other work-related perks, and then one night attempted to perform sucky on him. Were young people who were forming our careers and were unfortunately subjected to a toxic work environment as some of our first jobs out of college, the former employee said. And some of us were treated badly, bad things happened to them, and that's what was shaping our careers our first year out of school. Speaking to her staff on Monday, Ellen DeGeneres was reportedly emotional to the point of tears as she announced the firings and apologized to her more than 200 staffers. Ellen reportedly told her staff that she was not perfect and understood that people at her show were not treated like human beings in order to run it as a well-oiled machine. So, you know, if Ellen is actually remorseful about this, then, you know, that's okay with me. I mean, you know, this is something that she should be kind of remorseful about, I guess. But honestly, like, all of this wouldn't surprise me if it was true that these young kids who are just out of college are, you know, trying to break into the industry and stuff, the Hollywood industry, and they're working on Ellen's show, and they're then kind of like groomed by these producers to do terrible things to and stuff. So that, I mean, this is Hollywood we're talking about. We know that there's a lot of corruption in Hollywood. None of this would necessarily surprise me if it was true. So, report 3 producers out at the Ellen DeGeneres show amid toxic workplace allegations. Ellen DeGeneres reportedly announced to staff in a video conference call that 3 top producers with the show were out amid toxic workplace allegations. So, DeGeneres reportedly apologized again to her staff, saying that she had allowed the show to be run like a well-oiled machine rather than seeing the staff as people. So, you know, yeah, I don't know. Like, this is all just a really crazy new development. So it's crazy that Ellen is now taking this approach where she's actually firing people on her staff, which, you know, if the allegations are true, that's a good thing. But if it is also true that they're actually innocent, then that's also not a good thing. But there's so many people that are coming forward to talk about these things that these producers have done to them. So I don't know. Could it be a Me Too moment and stuff? Could it be just another Me Too moment where these people are making up these allegations? Could it be just disgruntled ex-employees? It's possible. It is definitely possible. Is it also possible that, you know, these are people that are telling the truth? Because this is Hollywood. Like I said, this is Hollywood that we're talking about, and we know that there is a lot of corruption like this going on in Hollywood. We know that there is this grooming mentality that these people in Hollywood have, where they will literally groom people who are kind of their subordinates in order to eventually, you know, exploit them and do terrible things to them. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I mean, there is still an investigation going, I believe, and that investigation should hopefully churn up some stuff about what is actually going on with all of this. So we'll have to wait and see. You know, Ellen, I'm sure, is desperate. She's panicking. She's trying to do all that she can to save her show. Will this save her show? I am still not sure about that. I don't know how Ellen is going to recover her public image after all this craziness, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and subscribe if new. I'd greatly appreciate that, and I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.